Hi, welcome to Channeled Messages with Sandra. Today, I wasn't really sure. I wanted to do a general forecast. Perhaps we can talk about that for a second. I did want to do Sagittarius also, but let's see. General forecast. No, I think I'm going to do that after Sagittarius. I have to go with my guides and my guidance. Yes? Yeah. Okay. Sagittarius, the seeker of knowledge. Seeker of knowledge. Seeker of knowledge. I'm going to start putting, I'm not sure if on this video or the next one, I'm going to start putting, placing at the bottom other ways of getting in touch with me, because I know some people have said it made it difficult because I don't put a lot of information on. I do this for fun. I do this because I like it. I have a following elsewhere. I have great people surrounding me. I have, and then I don't have in some ways, like everyone else. Some things I have, some things I don't. Can't worry about things. Cannot worry about things. Can't worry about things. Sagittarius, don't worry. That's the general guidance most of the time for most people anyway. That's our natural state of being, is love, awakening. Most people are not awake. Even the people that I follow, or, oh wait, hold on, that one flying out. The people that I follow, I listen, and I follow several different people, and some have parts of the puzzle and the picture, if you will, and I'll speak with them. I just spoke with someone the other night, and they're saying they believe they have the picture. They're like, you're not even close. I learned. We can always learn, even if it's to find out how, even if something you know, but somebody says it better or in a more eloquent. I'm very blunt, plain speaking. So I learn a lot from when other people speak. I still don't follow it sometimes. All right, Sagittarius, your first card is it's the devil, but it's in reverse. So this really tells us, seeker of knowledge. This really tells us you've been working very, very hard, even on the times that you think you're not. In the resting period, in the I can't think, I can't focus, don't bother me. Even in, I have allergies. Even in those moments. Oh, that's another thing that we know that the devil stands for is, and in the newer cards, I'm glad that they're not using the devil as much, because it should represent something completely different, really, than it represents, if you will, or even two aspects. But on lower polarity, the devil means you've really been working hard and you kicked some of your addictions, even if the addiction is staying in bed until 9 a.m. instead of 8:30, or 11:30 instead of 10. Whatever your addictions are, this says in lower polarity, you've really been working hard to unchain yourself from the past, disengage from certain people perhaps that don't have your best interest at heart. That's what it says. Okay, your next card, I'm going to do a couple. excuse me. Like I said, if you just tuned in, I have allergies. Three of Wands. Three of Wands. This is, because this is on lower polarity, right? This is lower, reverse. That's putting it behind you. You need to move forward. It's still having because it's very similar to fours, if you want. There's a stability there, but it's not something that's carved in stone. So any addictions, any beliefs that you've held, they're now starting to turn around, and you're starting to see the world, you're starting to see people, you're starting to see yourself, because we always need to start with self differently. Doesn't mean that you have to turn your back on anyone in particular, but it does say for some, I have to give it in two different ways. For some Sagittariuses, it will be stay where you are. Stay where you are, let them leave, or stay where you are, let the world go around you. For other Sagittariuses, it's pick up, it's time to move on. It's 50-50. What am I going to do? These are general readings. The thing about these cards, it's not just, oh, tell me what to do, tell me what to think, tell me what the future is. It's not just that. This is literally to get you to think, to get you to change your life, to add to your life, to review. Okay, third card. Working hard, working hard. 8 of Pentacles, working hard. Now, the thing about this, because of the Devil's here, what does that signify? If you know cards, I'm an intuitive reader, so I base it off of what I've learned and being a medium and a channeler. That's what I do. They all are new beginnings. They all are, let's start. Eights are, yeah, we could talk about the lemniscate. Oh, I'm going to say that incorrectly today. Lemniscate. Lemnisc. See, no one's perfect. I am so far from it. That's funny. Anyway, 8s. Sort of like a death and a rebirth. The Devil card, especially here, because if it was upright, it would be like, you got to get a move on. You have to do this. But in reverse, on lower polarity, it says, oh gosh, you've been working hard. Contemplate. You've been working hard. So focused. 8s are beginnings and endings, sort of. It's sort of like a death and a rebirth. It's a continuation. See how focused that character is? And it's the energy of the card. See how focused? They're all 3 focused cards. All 3 say, let's focus. What's in the future? Where am I going? What am I working towards? Let's do one more card. And then I have another deck. I want to... All right, it's the 7 of Swords. This is, yeah, you got to get a move on. When you're ready, when you've done your homework, you've done your research, you've done all of that great stuff. You've done work on yourself. We don't stop working on ourselves to the day we close our eyes for the final time. Occasionally there is somebody that's like, no, I had a full life. But you'll find that more with 80-year-olds and up, and then from the past. You can find it still today, and we will find it in the future. But that part is reducing because we've lost... first of all, our history has been stolen from us. Almost everything you've learned in schools and stuff is a complete lie or based on a truth, and still not even close. So what people are doing is they're not reinventing themselves, or we can reinvent ourselves, but we're digging deep. We're digging deep to get to the real us. Because you see that face? This card, if you know the the phrase, picking up my tiddlywinks and going home. I'm older. There's two cards in the deck that always reminds me of that phrase. It's a tiddlywink game with those chips and you like how to flip them. I don't know if I've ever really played them. I probably did. I can't recall. And you had to flip them. They were actually called tiddlywinks. And so the joke was, you know, you were at somebody's house playing, because life was so different then. You get over somebody's house playing, and it's like you get into a fight, or you just weren't happy or something. Well, I'm going to pick up my tiddlywinks and go home. But it could be anything. So this is a reminder. You've really been putting in the work. Lower polarity. Concentrate. Plan the next move. Focus. You worked hard. Oh my gosh. You have Sagittarius, you worked very hard up until this point. Keep going. We always rest when we need, and then we keep going. Now, let's talk about the face. Sometimes with this type of reading, not this one, but we can interpret that as he or the energy of this card thinks they're getting away with something, right? But why can't it be just like happy? Why can't it just be, because sevens are a nice change card in general. Sevens also give you, especially Seven of Cups, but even seven, because it's a change card, that means we have options. You explore your options that you've been working on and focusing on and looking at and working towards. Sometimes we have to change direction. I get people in front of me, I get a lot of clients that say, but everything, the guides, every meditation, everything was working out step by step by step, and all of a sudden it fell apart. That's when we know we had to learn all those steps. I don't fall for it that we're here just for lessons. I don't fall for that. There is a lesson in everything, yes. We're here to awaken. We're here to always love. We're here to advance and learn. That's the awakening part, is learning. Wisdom, that's authenticity. So this is authenticity in a completely different way. Recognize, I don't want to say weaknesses, but we all have weaknesses in some ways, and those are the ones that we either recognize their weaknesses, we can't do anything about it. Some people are weak physically and they can't lift something, so that's all right. Somebody's very height challenged, they're shorter. They need somebody perhaps at the store to reach something higher, or they call the store employees. They might be seen as weaknesses, but we figure it out. So this is figure out where your strengths are and where either a weakness is, where it can be strengthened, or just accept it. Sometimes we have to accept things. There was a big time period, and it's happening now with the younger generations, but not as much, since a lot has been discovered about Hollywood and celebrities and stuff. So not as much as before, but there's still many, many, many that think, oh, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be a celebrity, a rap singer, fabulous. I've known many, many singers. I worked for a record company. I just did a lot of different things. And I've known many, many singers that could blow away almost everyone I've heard. Even, I would say even Whitney Houston, who I think in her prime was fabulous. But others too. There's many, many others that don't make it, if you will. And they didn't make it. They didn't go in. They kept trying, but they didn't. So this is in acceptance. Take your tiddlywinks and go home if you must. But at the same time, realize that you're walking away and be happy. There's something better coming. So what I also did was I brought the healing deck. Oh, it's just a regular tarot, but I can't recall, it has a specific name, I can't recall. So the healing deck. I love these cards, they're absolutely beautiful. So your card for here is awareness. Allergies, can't do anything about it. Oh, you got 2 3s also, because this is 30. So 3s we know are stability, it's propelling us forward. You can look that up if you want. But this is awareness. You see, there's the little baby in there, and it's the shell, so it's awareness. Are we listening? It's to use all your senses. All your senses. It's the listening. It's the resting and meditating, going within, bringing out that inner child, right? So much information in these cards. I love the healing deck. It has a particular name, but the word healing is in it. Have awareness. Sagittarius, have awareness. Wake up to things that perhaps you've, I don't want to say neglected, but perhaps, perhaps you neglected. Look into that. Whether it's health, whether it's that child in us, in you. Find out where you've been neglecting yourself. What did you want to do when you were 10 years old? 15? Revisit that. Shore up all your strengths. We can bring up weaknesses if we can. Some we have to accept, whatever challenge or whatever limitations, limitation. Whatever that plateau for certain beliefs or physicalities. So obviously somebody in a wheelchair is not going to go run a marathon, but there are wheelchair marathons. So we figure it out. Special Olympics is good for that. We figure it out. I think that's it. I think that's your reading. Oh, I just heard grab. Okay, so this is the Sacred Rebel. I just heard grab one of these. I was going to save this for something else. Aww. Softly, softly, the tender touch. Softly, softly, the tender touch. Sagittarius. Self-awareness, self-compassion, self-love. Empathy for self first. Yes, Native American, I've learned since I was young from my grandfather and others that we need to get up and say, who can I be of service to? Who can I help today? Yes, yes, yes. But if I didn't, say you have a sore back or something, and if you didn't take care of it the day before, you're not going to be going in service. You're not going to be going to someone's house. You need to exercise and massage those muscles and whatever would be required to feel healed or healing or better. So softly, softly, the tender touch. Be tender with your heart, but it's softly, softly, tender touch is also, so it's caring for the bruised ego, the bruised child. And even for those of us, and there's many of us, that are extremely empathic to the sorrows of the world that are going on. We can cry, we can feel bad, but then the tender touch is to say, all right, I can only do so much. I have to do me first, then I can do someone around me, and then if I run into a cat, or if you want to rescue them, or if I run into a person that needs money we don't necessarily give rides to people. Safety first. But you go help another. Help another. That always makes us feel better. And if it doesn't, then you're going to help 2, 3. These are such beautiful cards. It's called Sacred Rebel. Love these cards. Sagittarius, that's your reading. If you want extended readings from this one, I can extend it, or a new one, you're welcome to contact me. I'll hopefully either this one or the next video, I'll start putting ways to contact me. What do we say? You are loved, you are loved, and you are lovable. Absolutely. You are strength, you are strong, you are powerful, you are divine. That's why we have these things going on. It's our soul that's wanted. Softly, softly, tender touch. Hug yourself. Go play.